Hello, Mr. Ed here. Today is November 11th, Veterans Day. And I want to say thank you to all the vets that served in our country, for those living and those deceased. My father is one of those. He's buried in the National Cemetery in Biloxi. So God bless all the vets for all that they've done for us and continue to do for us. Today we're going to do a quick little video on just the processing of the honey that we've been collecting over the last couple of days. We only have 4 boxes, and they're not full boxes. But I got Good Time Charlie and Dr. Billy here. They're on the other ends of the machine. They can yell, guys.
Yo.
Yeah, they're out frame.
Yeah, we're here.
They're back there. They all kind of embarrassed. They don't want to get in the picture. But come over here, guys. Get in here real quick and show.
We're shy.
Look, just so I'm not lying. Look, here they are. Dr. Billy and Good Time Charlie.
We're here.
We're going to go ahead and process this honey. It's not a lot. And hopefully in a couple of, maybe about 2 hours, we'll be out of here because we all got other jobs to do today. By the grace of God, we'll get this done, get a couple of gallons of honey in the drums, and then we'll be bringing that over to the gift shop real soon. Let's wrangle. So a few things that I've done since our last processing, and the first one is that we now have a tank for our cappings to drop off into. And then they drop off into the tank, and then we have a 2-inch gate on this side where the cappings and honey will then just flow into the bucket, and then from the bucket we just bring it over to our honey wax separator. And what I've done over here, I've taken a couple suggestions what people made, and I've removed the ninja knives out from the bottom. Our cappings are so fine that the knives really serve very little function, and they get in the way of when I'm cleaning the wax out. So their purpose for me, I don't think is going to be really useful, and we'll find out after we do this run of this wax to see whether it's going to work for us or not. So we're going to go ahead and fire up the machines and get this thing started. All right, everything is set up. Everything is set up. Machines are all plugged in. Everything's working, and we're going to go ahead and start pulling out some frames and setting them through. So I decided that we're going to go ahead and some of the frames, they just were not worth running through our machine. So Billy and Charlie, they uncapped them. They just used the scraper and uncapped them. And we ran 2 runs through the extractor. So that was 96 frames that we've already run through here. These are the boxes that we've run through here. And because, like, this is, you can see where the honey was in this one. So it just wasn't worth it to run these frames through our uncapping machine. So they just scraped that stuff off, and we ran 96 frames through it. Now these 9 boxes right here, well, it's only 8.5. This is what the frames of these are going to look like. So this stuff, it's worth it to run this stuff through the machine. Some of them are full, like this one on both sides. But this one, yeah, these boxes, the frames are worthwhile to run through. So we're going to run this stuff through. Let me show you what we already got out of the other frames. So this is the setup where the honey is coming off of the extractor, and you can see it in the tube, pumps up and then goes into the drum. And there's not much honey there. If there's 4 gallons in there, that's a lot. This is only a 30-gallon drum, but we've got that tube is full right there, as well as all the honey in here. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera on the stand, and we're going to run those, I don't know, 90 frames through our uncapper and load up this machine. So as our cappings and honey slush are coming off of our uncapper, into our tank. So we made our run at 48 frames. Got the extractor is all loaded up. Yeah, it makes a mess when you're doing this. I'm gonna go ahead and fire this baby up. On this one, we're gonna have to run the pump as well as the extractor. We've already got honey in the bottom. See the honey coming out on the sides already. Pretty soon it's going to sound like a hurricane. Nice. Let's close the lid. Pump is on and you can see the honey moving through the tube. And that's moving through the tube. Look how fast the honey fills up in that drum.
Yep. Turn up.
So as our extractor is winding down, we're going to go ahead and change the directions on the motor right now and spin it the other way. I like to reverse the frames, spin out the other side. That way we get all of our honey. Now let's start turning the other way. So we just load the frames back into the boxes, and then all these boxes are going to be brought outside and let the bees have their little feast before Thanksgiving. Got all our frames out. Well, not really, we didn't. We left 11 frames in the extractor because our next run has only got 37 frames. So we had to keep 11 inside of the extractor to balance and make the full load. So we're going to go ahead and run the next 37 frames and do this one more time. So Charlie and I are now draining our capping tank. We've got one bucket full. And we're going to go ahead and drop it into the honey wax separator right here, minus the Ninja knives, because I just want to really see if it will work without it being that our cappings are so fine. So I'm going to turn on the machine and then Charlie will dump the bucket. So here's what our separator did. Spinning that out. Great job. It only took about maybe 8-9 minutes to do all this. And way down in the bottom, I don't know if the camera's going to show it, but that's our honey down there. Now Charlie's going to go ahead and open up the gate and drain this. Now as our honey is draining, we're going to go ahead and clean up our wax as well. So Charlie's going to go ahead and clean off the sides of it. So after Charlie scraped all that wax out, there it is in the bucket. Probably, this is a 7-gallon bucket, and it's a third the way full. Not bad though. It's nice and dry. Now after the drum is removed, and you can see all the honey in the bottom, so Charlie's now going to go ahead and start pushing this stuff out. You can see there's probably an inch of honey in the bottom of this drum. Well, this is all that we got for today's effort. We got a 30-gallon drum, and there's probably 3 or 4 inches of wax in here. It's probably about that much of wax. So we got that drum, and then this little bucket right here that came out of the extractor as well as the honey wax separator. So the next big part we got to do, we got to clean up our shop. So here's the condition of our machines after we've run all the frames through it. I mean, honey is all over the place. And this is why I was concerned about, is it really justified running these frames through the machines? And yeah, for 30 gallons, I'd say it's justifiable. So this is our uncapper, our uncapping tank, the honey wax separator, that's the drum for the separator, and our extractor. And all the motors, everything's been taken off. And you can see there's still honey in the bottom of this and wax. But what I've done, when we built the honey hut, we put a trough down the center of it, down the center of the honey hut, and that trough then drains outside. And there's a cap on the outside where I'm going to go outside right now and take it off. And then all the honey and cappings, all that stuff will drain out onto the ground where the bees will then finish up cleaning up what they didn't get inside of here. So here's our drain pipe for our trough drain. And we used to have it hooked up to our septic tank, but I've gone and had the plumber cut it off so I could just run this gray water out into this area right here so that the bees can come out and clean all this stuff up. And then all our wax isn't going into our septic tank. We're going to go inside and start the hose up and start cleaning this place up. And after about an hour and a half, everything, and I do mean everything, is washed down and cleaned up. The whole idea of putting the honey house here, building it the way we built it with the central trough. In fact, each side of the building slopes 2 inches to the center just so we get our drainage to our slope, to our trough in the middle. All right, let's wrap this video up. Well, how about this, huh? Bees are cleaning up all the frames. We wound up with about 30 gallons. Nice. I mean, I'm very happy with 30 gallons. and the taste out of this world. This blend of goldenrod and privet and tallow, excellent. So that's all I got for you in this video. So thanks for watching. Keep on watching. I'll be making more. God bless. Mr. Ed, I'm out of here until next video. What y'all say?
I can see a workman's comp coming out of this one.
Damage at the honey hut. That metal is very sharp.
Yep. That's what stainless steel will do to you if you're not careful.